Almost always, competition is a great thing for the consumer. When two products or two companies go head to head in a fight to make the best product, the consumer always wins. And today, that's what I'm going to be doing for you guys. I'm going to be doing a review and comparison of two products from two different companies, Corsair and Razer. And if you haven't guessed already what this is going to be a comparison video against the Corsair Gaming K70 RGB mechanical keyboard against the newly released Razer Black Widow chroma keyboard. Two keyboards that take advantage of the new craze of RGB LED lighting in gaming peripherals. So what we're going to do is going to be a full out comparison, pros, cons, all the stuff you should know about both these keyboards, and in the end, my general input and opinion on them and which one I think you should buy. The first thing is appearance, and both look identical to their predecessor. Out of the box, they do nothing until you plug them in and download their specific software. Oh, before everyone questions this, I received the Corsair keyboard before they rebranded and switched the keyboard's logo to the current one. And by the way, I've done both unboxings and reviews for both keyboards, so hit subscribe, and when you're done watching this, you can go check them out. The Corsair Gaming K70 is made of anodized aluminum with a nice brushed metal finish, giving it a professional look. The Razer chroma, on the other hand, is all plastic, unfortunately, and fingerprints or oils from your hand can easily be seen whenever you touch the keyboard. Both keyboards have a nice thick braided USB cord, and both have tiny little feet on the keyboard to elevate its backside, making it ergonomically easier to type. Other than that, they feature pretty much the basics that you'd expect from any other normal keyboard, but each kind of edge each other out when it comes to specific functions and keys. The Corsair features designated media keys, as well as a BIOS and polling feature on the backside, while the Razer Chroma has 5 macro keys on its left side, and a USB slot, as well as a microphone and headphone jack that can be found on the right side of the keyboard. If I had to give the edge to one of these, I think I'd pick Corsair, mainly because it just looks like a higher quality premium keyboard versus Razer's cheap plastic. Figured I'd do this little sound test for you guys, since this may mean something to some people. The individual Corsair keyboard has MX Cherry red switches inside, although blue and brown can be purchased as well. This is where it gets heated. Both companies have designated software to power the RGB LED lights inside that bring the keyboard to life. For Corsair, there's a significant learning curve, and it's actually pretty intimidating. It'll take a long time to mess with, but the only way you're actually going to learn it is by messing with it and getting hands-on experience. However, once you do, the possibilities are pretty much endless, and you can achieve almost any effect, any color, to any key, and any combination you can think of. You can group all these effects and colors to make the keyboard one giant unique light show. If you can't make it yourself, then no worries, because the Corsair forums page has a ton of other posts from people who create their own profiles and they post it for the community to download, and you can just import that file to your own specific software, and now it's on your keyboard. So if you see something you like, you can just download it and now it's yours. On the other hand, Razer Synapse 2.0 software is very simple, like it should be. It's self-explanatory with preset effects and features, making the only effort or thought you really need to put into it is just what colors you want or what features you want it to do. You can easily achieve the rainbow effect with the wave feature, something you cannot do on the Corsair keyboard without having to press a key to activate the rainbow effect. Having game presets is awesome because it highlights certain keys in which games you use most often, and they have certain genres like FPS, MMO, and certain games like Counter-Strike, Dota, League of Legends, where it highlights the main keys you're going to use on the keyboard. From there, they also have a custom feature where you can just make any key, any color you want on the keyboard, and my favorite effect is called reactive, and that's pretty much what makes a key pulse each time you press it, and you can change the duration of how long it stays lit for. I like it a lot. So awesome stuff, Razer, and thanks for making it simple. In the end, it's honestly really hard for me to pick a clear winner here. When I first had the Corsair Gaming K70 keyboard a little over a month ago, I instantly fell in love with it. It was my first fully mechanical keyboard, and I love the fact that the software could enable 16.8 million colors on the keyboard. You know, it first blew me away. I loved it. I love how the possibilities were virtually endless. All the stuff you can make it do. The effects were awesome. Having said that, and having used the Razer Chroma for the past 2 weeks, when I decided to break out the Corsair gaming keyboard again and put them head to head just for my own purposes, I was blown away. And that's why I'm making this review in comparison. The lights is the biggest difference here. The lighting in the Corsair gaming keyboard is kind of different in the way they have it. It's constructed by this little plastic shell that's supposed to make the LED lights inside illuminate the key itself. In theory, yes, it works, but now comparing it to the Razer Chroma keyboard, it is literally like night and day. Corsair's lights are very, very dull in comparison now to the neon and vibrant LED lights inside the Razer Chroma. And I think it's largely in part due to the fact of how the Chroma is constructed with that white board underneath the keys and the housing of the keyboard itself. That really makes the lights pop. On Corsair, I love how the keyboard is constructed. It's a very nice and solid feel. The optional wrist rest is awesome, and the media keys is a big bonus. However, when you look at Razer and what they've worked with this keyboard, I kind of have to give the edge to Razer here. They have the 5 macro keys that you can program and change to do whatever you want with different profiles. They have the very bright lights on the side, which is something that I really wanted in the Corsair K70. They have a designated USB, an extra USB slot so you can plug your mouse, your thumb drive in, anything to save space, as well as a headphone jack and a microphone jack. To me, that is huge, and that's what sets it apart. Now that I've kind of picked on Corsair for a bit, now it's Razer's turn. Some of the things on the keyboard kind of confused me. Like, one, why aren't all the character keys illuminated like they easily could be, like on the number pad? Second, why is some of the function options very dimly shining through the keyboard itself and not in its own designated area? Seems kind of pointless to me, and I would have loved to have seen designated media keys there instead, actually serving a purpose. And third, I'm just not a big fan of their specific professional gaming switches that are inside. It does not feel like an MX Cherry Red switch. It doesn't feel like a truly mechanical keyboard to me. And it's very loud and clicky and kind of obnoxious after a while. And like I said, just having used a true mechanical keyboard with the MX Cherry Reds inside, the transition is different and it just kind of felt cheap to me. But that's just my personal opinion. So in the end, guys, it comes down to, what do you want from your keyboard? Is the reason you're buying this just for the LEDs? Just so you can have this vibrant, flashy LED lights when you're staring at your computer screen? Not even really paying attention to the keyboard itself? If so, then I have to give hands down Razer the award here, because I've never seen LED lights shine so bright in a keyboard, or any gaming peripheral for that matter. Those LED lights that they've put into it with that whiteboard underneath, it just makes the entire keyboard pop and flash. And it is so much brighter than the Corsair gaming keyboard that it's not even a competition. If that's what you want, then Razer is going to be your best option. However, with the LED lights, that's kind of a double-edged sword, because maybe people don't want very flashy, bright lights distracting them while they're playing. After all, you're not staring at your keyboard while you're playing, you're staring at the screen. So maybe dimmer lights are good for some people, so it's not distracting them, you know? For Corsair, if you want the option to literally do anything you want with the robust software, then Corsair is the way to go. It's a nice, respected company. The keyboard is made from high quality material. It's constructed very nicely, and it's gonna do what you want it to do. I know people have been giving them a bunch of crap lately because they hate the new logo on the keyboard, the Corsair tramp stamp, but honestly, that's not gonna be, I don't think, enough to sway someone's opinion on what keyboard to get.
In the end, if I had to pick a clear winner, for $170, I think I'd go with the Corsair Gaming K70 keyboard. Now, yes, the lights on the Razer Chroma are much brighter and more vibrant, but in the end, it just doesn't justify the price for me, especially since the keyboard is made entirely of plastic. And comparing that to Corsair's brushed metal and anodized aluminum finish, it just makes Corsair look very professional and premium. And that's what you're paying the money for. It still has a better software in the end, even though it's confusing. I just think, hands down, if I had to pick one winner, I would go with the repeat purchase of the Corsair Gaming K70 keyboard.
I just wanted to put these two keyboards head to head in a test for you guys, because they're two of the best keyboards out right now that you can get with this whole craze of the RGB LED lights inside. So I put them head to head for you So hopefully this will help you construct a better decision or give you better input on what keyboard you should buy if you're looking for something in this kind of market. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down in the section below, and tell me any questions, tell me your general input, your thoughts around the keyboards, tell me which one you like, tell me if any which one you're going to buy. If you're interested in buying these keyboards or finding out more information on them, I will put the links in the description below so you can check them out. Or if you want to see my individual reviews of both the keyboards, I will put them in my hands right now, so you can see the individual reviews that I've done for the specific keyboard, and you can click them and it'll appear in a new window. So yeah. Well, like I said, comment down below if you have any questions. You can hit me up on Twitter at randomfrankp. Please give this a thumbs up if it helped you out in any way. Help show support. And if you haven't already, please hit subscribe. I've done a ton of tech reviews in the past. I got a ton planned for the future, and I've also did a few comparisons of different gaming stuff in the past. So if this is your kind of genre that you're into, please hit subscribe. I promise I'll do my best for you. Well, like I said, I'm Random Frank P. Hope you enjoyed. Have a nice day.